Let me show you how to install a tire swing. I'm going to be putting it on this limb right here, and that limb there is about 8 to 10 inches in diameter. So this is the rope I'm going to be using. It's 5/8 of an inch in diameter. It has an 8,000 pound minimum braking strength, and it has a working load of 800 pounds. First of all, find yourself an old bicycle tube. This is going to protect the tree and not harm the bark. Before we continue, I'll show you an easy way to cut rope so it doesn't fray. So first of all, take some black tape and wrap it around a couple of times and then cover about 2 inches of space. Now get your sharp utility knife and cut through the center. So just take your rope and feed it all the way through the tube. It'll look something like this when you're done. Next, you want to put a knot in it, and you want to put a nice big knot right here in the rope. Takes a little bit of playing around to get it right, but once you've got it, it'll look something like that. Now get yourself a throw line and tie something heavy on the end of it to throw over the tree. This way you can use this skinny rope to pull the heavy rope up over the limb. Tie your throw line to the main rope and pull it up and over the tree. Before we take this and pull it up over the limb, take this end and use black tape to tie it right onto here to make it easier to thread through the other end of the rope. Thread the end of the rope through the loop and pull it up and over the limb. Now tie a knot in the rope like this, but leave it loose, not tight. Take the rope and cut it off at the ground. So now take another piece of rope and feed it through the loose knot that you left in the rope. In the end of it, tie a simple knot and leave about 4 inches of rope on the end. You can tighten this right up. You can tighten that up ever so slightly and leave this loose in there. Now we want to do the same with another piece of rope through the same hole. Now you can take this knot and you can tighten it down. Now none of these ropes can escape. As they tighten, they will squish together. These will all tighten as there's weight put on them. And cut that third rope at the ground also. Now take your tire and mark 3 equal spots around the tire. Then take a drill and drill a hole at each spot to feed the rope through. At this point, find yourself a small table so that you can put the tire on. It makes assembly of the rest much easier. Feed each of the 3 ropes through the holes. So a few other things you'll need at the hardware store. So first of all is a couple of washers you're going to need. So get a smaller one like this that's going to fit on your rope. It'll be loose. Then get yourself a bigger washer that's going to fit over top like that. That way this can't pull through the tire. It's got a nice big washer on it. Next thing, you're going to get a wire rope clamp. One that we're going to be able to clamp down and tighten right up. And then last, we're going to get some 3/8 inch nuts that are going to fit over top of these when we're done and all finished. And we're going to use that to lock against that nut so that this clamp cannot loosen. So now take the rope and put the large washer on first, then the small one, and then the clamp. And then just take it and tighten them down by hand and snug them down, because we're going to be making a final adjustment. And after you've got that done, go and do the other two ropes the same. Okay, now that the tire's hanging, just take a measuring tape and measure from the ground up, and the bottom of the tire should be at 16 inches. That's perfect for little kids. As your kids grow, you can lift it up to whatever height you'd like, and you can retighten it and adjust it. And the beauty about this system is that as the ropes stretch ever so slightly, or the knots tighten up above, you can make fine adjustments to get it perfectly level. So let's level it out and we'll see how it ends up. So I've adjusted this and tightened all three of these, and now you can see that it's nice and level. So as a final step, you want to put the tire back on the table, and you want to pull each of the ropes out and take your nuts that you've purchased and put that on top and lock them down. That is an insurance policy so that these clamps don't loosen off by themselves. Then after you've done that, with the rest of the rope, the tail, make one final knot in the rope. And that is your extra insurance policy in case this clamp loosens. It can only slide down to the knot, and then the tire can't fall off of the rope. And then just tuck the rest of this inside of the tire, and that will stay inside. So do that to the other two, and you're finished. So there is the tire swing finished. And you can see with this system that there's no metal or chains or anything. I've seen many other videos on YouTube where they use many types of brackets, carabiners, and chains, and I don't like that because chains can take kids' teeth out when they're playing. They tend to shake these around, and that'll hit them right in the mouth and can cause some injuries. And you can see down here there's no pinch points for anything to get their fingers stuck in or hurt. That big washer underneath will not pull through that tire for many, many years. That's why parents, as we are, we have to always be inspecting these things to make sure that everything is safe for our kids. These ropes up here, they shouldn't come undone at all. The one that I made for my kids, it lasted for 10 years and they never moved. So, but the beauty of this is it's easy to inspect. When you see the tire is cocked on an angle, you can come out and check to make sure that these knots haven't moved. Other than that, it's fully adjustable as the tire and the ropes stretch and these knots tighten up a bit. The tire might become a little bit unlevel, or it might become closer to the ground as your kids grow. So just take the clamps off inside here and adjust it accordingly, and it'll give you many years of service. But like I said, always be checking the rope to make sure there's no wear or fatigue points on anything that's going to possibly break. So I hope you like this video. Hit the like button if you can, and hit the subscribe button if you want to subscribe to any of my other videos, and we'll see you next time.